After the light portal shattered, Liora woke up alone. The stars above her seemed dimmer. The warmth of her higher self was gone. But one thing remained, Nixar's voice. They found me. Those 3 words echoed through her heart like a warning or a goodbye. For the first time, Liora wasn't afraid for herself. She was afraid for him, and that terrified her more than any shadow, because she still didn't understand what Nixar was to her. Why she could feel his pain, why his loneliness felt familiar, why every time she tried to forget him, the universe seemed determined to bring him back. Liora looked toward the horizon. No matter what happens, tears filled her eyes. I'm not leaving anyone behind again. Far beyond the veil, Nixar was losing the battle. Chains of darkness wrapped around his arms. The Shadow Queen stood before him. The creatures of the Shadow Kingdom watched silently, waiting, fearful, because even now they loved their king. Despite everything the world believed, Nixar was not cruel. The darkness had shaped him, used him, manipulated him. But every child in the Shadow Kingdom knew something different. When monsters attacked villages, Nixar protected them. When portals swallowed entire families, Nixar searched for survivors. When darkness demanded sacrifices, he refused again and again and again, even when it cost him pieces of himself. One small child stepped forward through the crowd, a little girl holding a broken lantern. She looked up at Nixar with tears. Please don't leave us. Nixar's expression shattered, because for all his power, he had never learned how to save himself. He knelt beside her, gently fixing her lantern with a touch of shadow and silver light. I'll come back. The child hugged him, and for a moment, the darkness around him became still. Meanwhile, Veil had never stopped searching. Not for one day, not for 1 year, not for one moment. The world knew him as a warrior, a protector, a legend, but nobody knew the truth. Every kingdom he crossed, every battle he fought, every prophecy he followed, he was never trying to save the world, he was trying to save them. Liora, Nixar, and the family he lost. Sometimes at night, when nobody could see him, Veil would sit beside a fire and stare at old memories. Liora laughing, Nixar smiling, moments that no longer existed, moments he would give eternity to see again. Please, he whispered to the stars, don't make me lose them. But destiny was already moving. The portals were growing stronger. The darkness was spreading faster than ever before. Entire regions vanished overnight, and then something impossible happened. At the exact same moment, Liora, Nixar, and Veil all looked up toward the sky. A new portal had appeared. Not light, not shadow, something else, something ancient, something hidden. The portal opened slowly above the world, and from inside came a voice none of them had heard since the day everything fell apart. A woman's voice, weak, fading, heartbreaking. Liora, Nixar froze, dropped to one knee. Leora's heart stopped, because she knew that voice, her mother's voice. But that wasn't what terrified her. The portal began, revealing fragments of a memory someone had spent centuries trying to erase. And just before the vision became clear, a massive dark hand reached from inside the portal started tearing the memory apart, destroying it, erasing it, silencing it forever. Liora screamed, no! The memory flickered for 1 second. She thought she saw herself. For 1 second, she thought she saw Nick's soul. For 1 second, she thought she saw the truth. Then everything vanished. The portal slammed shut. Silence, and across the sky glowing words appeared. The final eclipse begins in 7 days, to be continued. If you were Liora, what would you do next? Should she A. find Nixar immediately, follow her mother's lost memory, trust Vale, and search for answers first? Comment A, B, or C. Your choice could inspire the next chapter. Share with someone who loves stories full of mystery, destiny, and impossible choices. By Divine Inner Love.